I'm a retired police officer, so what could I really do with Karen? But what I did? Well, it was truly glorious. After 20 years on the job, I came to my ranch hoping for a quiet life. Just peace and calm, wide fields, a gravel driveway, and a private road my family had owned for decades. But the neighboring HOA couldn't stand that they didn't control my land. Lately, they started using my driveway as a shortcut to avoid construction detours. At first, just a few cars came through. Then dozens. Then almost 50 vehicles started rolling in, completely ignoring the big private property signs. And the worst of them all? Karen, the HOA president, who insisted my driveway was open for public convenience. One day, I found 3 SUVs blocking my entrance. I couldn't believe it, so I marched straight into their HOA meeting and confronted her. "This is my driveway, not your shortcut," I said. And she just smirked. "If you don't want blockages, join the HOA. Then we can discuss solutions. Translation, pay up or suffer." I walked out without another word, but that night, I started planning. I lined their favorite illegal shortcut with police-grade spike strips, the kind law enforcement uses to stop fleeing cars. I set up reflective cones and a bright warning, "Private property. Enter at your own risk." I even set up cameras just to watch the show unfold. The next morning, under the pale ranch sunrise, Karen's SUV tried to sneak through. Seconds later, pop, pop, her tires shredded like wet paper. She jumped out, screaming, flailing her arms, blaming me for damaging HOA vehicles. But the sheriff arrived shortly after, reviewed the footage, and said, "He warned you. You trespassed. You pay." Karen ended up paying for new tires, fines, and citations for property misuse. And the HOA quietly went door to door telling their members to avoid my ranch road forever. My driveway was never blocked again. And honestly, sitting back on my porch, sipping my coffee, watching all this unfold, I felt something I hadn't felt in a long time. Peace, satisfaction, and a little justice served. Sometimes, justice doesn't come quietly. Sometimes it sounds like 4 tires exploding at sunrise. And that, my friends, is exactly what happened at my ranch. If you want to hear more stories like this, make sure to subscribe to my channel and hit that like button. You don't want to miss what happens next.